Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for the solo variant of Lost Ruins of Arnak. Now, as I mentioned in the run-through, this is just for the solo variant that comes in the rulebook. There is a solo variant campaign, I think, on their website, but this is not that. So, I was very unsure of how this was going to work as a solo game. Because, I mean, it's a deck builder, it's a worker placement. I'm just like, okay, sure, like, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And, oh, wow, it is actually extremely clean. This is such a streamlined solo variant that where I don't think it quite replicates as another player, but it does feel like you can actually play this solo, and the decisions that it's making will still sometimes hinder the decisions that you're making, like another player would, but it's not debilitating, you know? Like, you're still able to kind of do what you need to do, and then it's going to do its own thing, because it has so many workers. I mean, this game is extremely tight in terms of how you're placing your own 2 people, whereas he has 6. But what's great is that he doesn't, collect resources. He doesn't collect, pretty much just resources. And he kind of just blocks up a lot of spots. I mean, he kind of essentially replicates a 4-player game by, depending on how he's going to go on his turns, he will, now he's going to go to the money spot. And you're like, crap, I need to go to the money spot. But because of the way that the items work, the artifacts, you always have ways of actually bypassing that if you don't have those items, then yeah, it's like, man, I really wanted to go there. So it feels kind of like another player in terms of the worker placement. What always made me a little nervous about this, though, was, and really any solo variant that I tend to not like, is the fact that you have to spend resources. You have to you have to collect fear. You have to work to get the exploration tokens to go explore. You have to get resources to go up on the research track. And it's my worry was, he just does all that shit for free. So now it's just hard. But what's fantastic about the way that they've done that is that he will only do 10 actions. And once he's done, and then for a fact that he only has one thing on he's gonna go to each spot that he can. He's gonna go up on the research track once, maybe twice, depending on if there's guardians out, and so it's not broken. Where on your turn, because you're going to get so much synergy with your cards and free actions that he doesn't get, that you can keep up. And even though, you have to collect the resources, but you can get them relatively easy in this game, that it's like, okay, I don't have to scrounge and, just fight my way to get a coin that I really, really need to move up on this research track. this game is fantastic. Anyway, you can go check out the discussion for what we think of the regular game. But because he's only doing a very limited number of actions, you can actually keep up with the fact that he doesn't spend resources, and you still have to. If you watch the run-through, you can see I didn't keep up with him in exploration. I didn't keep up with him in research, but I was doing my own strategy of item cards and artifacts, and that's where my biggest point spread came in, was through coins. And of course, you always do have to research in this game. That's kind of the whole theme. But you don't have to race him. You can, and that'll help out a lot. But it's not going to be like, he's just freely going up on the track. Why even bother? This game is so fantastic. The solo variant is very good. And what's also great is I played on difficulty 2, which the difficulty is you always use these blank, gray cards. And there are 5 green and 5 red. And essentially what you do, depending on how many number of reds you want to use, you just shuffle those red tokens, put out that number, and then you put in the remaining green of icons that you don't have, because they come in pairs. So I did difficulty 2, which means he was more aggressive on research and he was more aggressive on exploring. But it's still extremely simple. Like these two, for their red counterparts, the artifacts and the items, is he just wants the lowest point value for these, and with the red, he wants the highest point value. So he's going to go a little bit more into taking higher point value cards, because he didn't get that many. Well, he got 10 points. He got 10 points for his cards. Maybe a little bit more because I forgot that he collects them like an idiot. But, I forgot that. I forgot to give me my items quicker. It balances out. But even then, at level 2, it became... I thought either he was going to steamroll me or I was going to steamroll him, because at the end of my very last turn, I had a really good combo of having a bunch of money to buy a bunch of items for my deck. And it's so good. Because another thing about solo variants that I tend to either love or hate is when it makes you as the player have to do all this weird stuff to play the game solo. I just want to play the game. Like let me play the game that I like and have a AI enemy. Like if you watch my top 10 solo games, all those variants are because I get to play the game like normal. And here you get to play Lost Ruins of Arnak. Like if you don't have another player to play with and you're just like, well, I really want to play this game, you can very much get this as a solo game, because you get to play like normal. You get to buy cards, you get to place your workers, you get to get, researchers or assistants, you get to research, you get to explore, you get to do everything that you would normally do, except there's now an AI who can kind of get in the way. He might take a card that you want, he might take an artifact that you want, like a kind of a normal player. He's going to explore before because he's trying to make collection of idols, so he wants idols. He's going to go up on the research track. So I think whenever I said that it doesn't feel like another player, it's because obviously it doesn't know how to make combo decisions. It's just, depending on your difficulty, he's just going to take cards you want. He's just kind of in the way of a strategy that you're wanting to do. But that could happen like a regular player. You could sit there and be like, I really need that item right there. That will be such a good one. And okay, just please come to my turn. Fuck! Someone takes it before you. And then you're like, okay, now I need to reevaluate. I mean, even the Guardians, like, I was able to kill 3, mainly because I got a gun to do it. But if he goes there, like, he can just, the way that the tiles come out is he'll go to a certain spot and then it says, oh, okay, like, I have a person there. Yeah, I'll get rid of a Guardian. And so he collects them. It doesn't obviously get any of the bonuses, but he just does it. Doesn't have to spend any of the resources. But because of that, to overcome a Guardian for you can get cards and abilities that let you just do that. Or you have to collect the resources. So what I like is the fact that he doesn't just get them. He doesn't just move to a spot and just freely get them. It has to be the right situation. He has to have a person there, and he has to have there has to be a Guardian. And I like the compensation actually was if he's at a spot with a Guardian. So the way that the tiles come out, he could move to explore a new location. Oh, a Guardian shows up, and then the one comes out that lets him remove it. Or if there isn't a Guardian, he just moves up on the research track. That's fine. That is fine with me. I think it's better than him just not doing anything at all. So he gets free stuff. You have ways to get stuff for free as well. This game is not as grueling to get the items that you need, like a lot of other games. So yeah, it feels like a very streamlined computer, and I very much enjoy that. Because this game is absolutely fantastic. The solo variant lets you play the game. And if you want to play it as a campaign, I mean, because you can also play it on the reverse side, on the snake board, and it's free-flowing. If you play it at, level 0, I guess, because you don't put any red cards or red tiles in there, and you're like, man, what the, okay, is he just an idiot? It's like, yeah, you're playing on 0. I thought 2 was pretty good. Like, it was a 7-point swing, maybe less if I forgot to give him a few items. Like the 7 points, I know I didn't completely obliterate. I know I won, but it might even be closer. But even at level 2, I wasn't sitting here like, oh my god, there's nothing I can do. I can't beat him. Like, you can increase the difficulty, and I like that. I think that's really good. So, yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. Solo variant. I'm pleasantly surprised. It's so good. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see the campaign, the solo campaign, then yeah, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll print those out and see what that's about. But yeah, the initial thing that I thought was weird with his tiles was the fact that the way that they come out, it's like if he moves up on the track and gets rid of an assistant, it's just kind of like when you already have 2, you're like, what's he doing? Why is that even a thing? And I think it's mainly to represent that if you haven't picked up your assistant yet, like if you haven't moved up on the research track, then it's like, oh, okay, so he's burning through the options. But at a certain point, you can only ever have 2 assistants, so him getting rid of them doesn't do anything. He doesn't collect them. So something like that, I was like, oh, that's a little odd. Unless there's cards in here, which I don't think there are. I don't think there's artifacts or anything that let you get another assistant. I know there's an artifact that lets you use the silver ability of a face-up assistant, so I guess that might be something to do with it. I don't know, but it was not a blowout. I didn't feel like I was struggling, but I also, at the same time, had no idea how any of us was doing. Obviously, you can math it out if you really want to, and you can be like, oh, okay, let's see how I'm doing. But I always like endgame scoring to be exactly that, the endgame. Yeah, this was extremely clean. I am very, very satisfied with how the solo variant went. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I gotta give this a 10. Like, god damn, it is so good. Like, it's like, because it's also short. Well, short. It's like an hour. And normally when you play a solo game, especially a solo variant, because I personally view solo like, oh, is it a solo game? It has to have a separate solo variant rules, not playing 2 people, you know? I don't consider that a solo game. But with this solo variant, it's just like, you don't have to sit here and you're not overloaded. If you know how to play the regular game, you only have to read like a page and be like, oh, okay, I take these tokens, put them in there, and I just need to know what these tokens do. And that's pretty much it. Like, you don't have to read another manual, like another solo rules. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Anachrony is absolutely my favorite solo variant, but I also understand Anachrony, like, really well. But the Tricarion solo variant, I was like, oh my god, is this really another player? Like, geez. So you don't have to, like, really put a lot of effort into playing this. You can just, I want to play Lost Ruins of Arnak. Oh, okay, no one's around. Cool. I still get to play it. So yeah, this is a 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the solo variant for Lost Ruins of Arnak. Let me know if you want to see the campaign in the comments below, and let me know what you think of the solo variant in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.